The question, what does it take to be put on the blacklist of speakers invited to appear at Cambridge University? We know somebody who might have an answer to that question. Andrew Doyle is here. A blacklist at Cambridge University, are you on it?
I'm worried that I might be. I gave a talk at the Cambridge Union and I was part of a debate. Yes. Maybe I am on it. I don't know. Did I say anything offensive? Who knows? I mean, this is a bizarre idea. So this is the president of the union has failed to intervene, he says, when the historian, what was his name? Sorry, I should know this. The historian who was doing an impersonation of Hitler in the chamber as part of the debate about good taste. Okay, so the idea of it wasn't to cause offence. Well, actually, it was to cause offence, to make a point about taste and a lack of taste and that kind of thing. And the president of the union has actually said that he should have intervened at the time. He said he'd had a couple of glasses of wine and so didn't think it was necessary to intervene. But actually, it wasn't necessary to intervene because historically, both Cambridge and Oxford unions have had controversial speakers there. And the whole point is that you can air sometimes quite objectionable views, and you've got a chamber full of some of the smartest young people in the world there to challenge it and there to expose it. If it's a bad idea, it will not survive scrutiny. So the idea that speakers who are potentially causing offence, problematic, all the terms that they usually use, should be on a list and that they will never be invited again. Not only that, the president has said he's going to circulate that list to other unions as well.
Helpful.
And we haven't seen the list because the list is in private, so nobody knows who's on the list. This is, I mean, it has been described as Stalinist. They've got a point. I think this is a very, very bad idea. And I think, as I say, ideas should be aired.
Andrew Graham Dixon.
Sorry, it's totally slipped my mind.
I'd like to say I pulled it from the back of mine, but actually somebody whispered it.
Yes, and to be fair, I didn't see Andrew Graham Dixon's impersonation of Hitler. I don't know the context. I wasn't there. But I do know that he wouldn't have been doing it in order to endorse the views of the Third Reich. I mean, that's absolutely clear. And I think those kids are intelligent enough to know that.
Can we talk a little bit about a name that's cropped up a lot over the last month or two, Kathleen Stock? No longer, I'm guessing, unless she's serving out a notice at Sussex University, but might be one of those people who goes to work alongside your friend and my recent interviewee, Peter Boghossian, who became quite a cause celeb for reasons you're about to explain. And she might work at his new university.
Well, I mean, it's not his university, but he is certainly one of the founding faculty members of the university. There's a university in Texas which has been set up in order to promote the pursuit of knowledge, freedom of speech, free inquiry. In fact, all of the things that universities are meant to do. I mean, this should be the default expectation of a university. And the fact that a group of people, including Barry Weiss, by the way, who you'll recall resigned from the New York Times in quite spectacular fashion with a really interesting resignation letter that went viral because she explained how it had been ideologically captured and how it was impossible to work.
It was meant to write the awkward pieces, and she wrote one too many awkward pieces. And
that was part of her point. That was part of the reason she was there. And similarly with Peter Boghossian, who was at Portland State University in Oregon, and a similar thing in a way, resigned because he made the point that the students there are not being taught to think. They're being taught to echo a pre-existing ideological dogma. And so he wrote this resignation letter. It was a spectacular letter, and it went viral. And now he's going to be part of this new establishment, along with Neil Ferguson as well, the historian. And I think this is a very good thing because ultimately we need more institutions like this. I think, particularly in America. Now, we have a slightly different situation over here, but I think in America, so many of the institutions have been captured sort of beyond repair, I think, at this point. And so, therefore, we will need new universities.
Alternatives.